The following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Hallmark Greatness Pod-Castaway, the podcast that is the audio equivalent of a composting toilet. I'm Joe, and with me, as always, he's taken his top off to have a swim in a pond, rather unnecessarily. It's James.
I'm not going to last a year doing that in the Hebrides.
And he's threatening an old man on the brink of a ravine. It's funny.
I really do miss prawn curries, you know. It's been a year.
If you want to keep up to date with all the Hallmark of Greatness gossip, you can find us on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Facebook for the time being at Hallmark of Greatness. Or if you like pulling the head off it, you can email us at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com.
With your other hand.
This is an episode.
So, again, we're still sticking with it, boys and girls. We're still going on. We're still doing Castaway 2000, the survival experiment thing where 34 men, women, and children were put on a remote Scottish island to form a primitive society, make a strange pagan god, and commit human sacrifice. None of those things happened. They did form a primitive society, we think, but this is episode 2. Oh, by the way, all of these are on YouTube. Some kind soul who I can't remember, I will find his name and I'll give him credit for it, has put all of them up. They're not in the best quality, but they don't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's well worth watching. I genuinely this is my new favourite thing.
Yeah. We're on episode 2, and they've still not set foot on the island yet. All of this is build-up. This
is in North Pembrokeshire. The whole lot.
This is one of those PGL getaways that you did at school, like where you climb a wall, you eat a sausage cooked over a fire, you get hit with bars of soap by all your other schoolmates, and that's just me. But yeah, this is still
like Band of Brothers before D-Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all the training.
Some child gets Blair Witched. There was always one every year.
One of them has got a jelly donut in his footlocker, and they all wail on it. Like, it's the first half of Full Metal Jacket. This just ends with Ben Fogle shooting himself in the head.
This one with all the homophobia instead of racism. So,
but ticking all the boxes.
Survival of the Lofty-est. That's right.
Lofty's back.
Survival training with Lofty Wiseman, who
the
you might know
coolest
from the
man
first episode.
In the world,
but
my
even
new hero.
even before that, we opened with them just punching fuck out of one another. What's going on here? It's just. I thought as I was watching it, I was like, "Is this the last episode? Like, have I missed like loads of other episodes?" And it's just degraded into them just fucking punching lumps out of one another. But they're not. They're having a bit of a spar.
It's
nobody knows how to fight.
Coming up on tonight's episode, sort of stuff, isn't it? Like, and there is. Is it Ron? And Ray, like, no, it's some random.
It's Ron. So later on, we get a name for him, but I don't think he's important. And we find out towards the end that this is a guy and his wife who are currently in a commune, who are currently part of a cult already.
Peter and Janice.
That's it. They're already in a cult.
Peter and Janice, hippies. Yeah, I've got in my notes.
He looks like one of the dead Bee Gees.
I don't know
they
this.
died. Yeah,
I don't know for certain, but I strongly suspect they're going to be at the centre of the schism that happens later on.
Oh yeah, that's how we do things back at home in the Temple of the Shining Light. Yeah.
If anyone knows about,
come on, we live in Skelmersdale. Leave us alone.
It's mock fighting in case of incursions, if that ever comes up. So
I always thought that how they would settle arguments, like on Dinosaur Island, like Kumate.
Ben Fogle's fighting against himself. He just rolls over at one point. He's not fighting anyone.
Oh, and Ben Fogle twats a lad on the arm and then goes and walks off because he's a bully.
It's no choking a chicken, is it? He mentions infighting in the other groups, so they don't have a huge amount of insight into what's happening in the other groups, but they're degenerating into something worse than the patriarchal society that he's founded for himself amongst the red bibbers. I don't know. But Lofty Wiseman, meanwhile, doesn't like women cutting down trees because that's for the men folks to do.
All the men should be doing that. The women would be more useful around the fire. I don't doing what?
I don't know that he does think that. I think what he means is that all the men that just chat shit and don't do anything,
Yeah.
just
Oh, no.
send them off.
And he does
send
say
them
that.
away.
He does say that the women are much better at planning than
Yeah.
the men,
Yes.
who are just useless. And there's a line he throws in here, and he says, and as we'll see, that times will change very quickly, and the thin veneer of civilization begins to go. And I just thought, fucking hell, Lofty, what are you predisposing here? What's coming?
He's written books, mate. That's the level of narrative he can get just off the cuff. Imagine what his written prose is like. Tremendous.
I know exactly what he's doing. He's standing there and he's going, "Do not become addicted to the water."
It's Hulk Hogan style quotes, isn't it? It's like rules. It's gonna be like
Squarehead fired off a round of monkey puzzler into the. But yeah, no, I love him. Like he's I think he's seen what he's got to work with, and he's kind of shitting it now, Loftus, because he's like, these people are going to die.
He's just glad that they're only going to just bring him on the boat once every month.
Oh, I would live for the Lofty visit. I would count down the days on my calendar. Papa Lofty's coming.
It's Lofty.
It wouldn't be a ship,
I hope
though.
he brings medicine.
It'd be a raft made out of human hide or something like that. He goes off, so it's him again, Lofty. He goes off to surveil this island that they've got to turn into a habitable place again. And they meet with Angus McKay in a van. He's the owner of the island, and he says, due to gale force winds, you ain't fucking getting over there.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, really? It's, well, what's the weather usually like? He goes, when good due to 10.
As I said,
Oh,
watching this on fast speed, it's like watching Rabsy Nesbitt. It's tremendous.
But he is you must have just heard him talking at a normal pace, because he is such a slow talker. Could be an episode of Seinfeld about him.
But yeah, they can't get over to surveil the island because the weather is shite. No helicopters can fly over. They can't bring boats in. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this, boys and girls.
Well, I thought they said that the helicopter's coming from Inverness, which is fucking miles away.
Yeah.
So
but it will
I
be the
don't know.
closest helipad easily.
Yeah. Pop quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Who don't you like? Kim. Drunks. What have you got against?
I made a list here. People that they don't want to live with. Patronising, loud, drunk, arrogant, and someone who won't stop talking. And I feel so fucking seen. I've got to be honest.
Also, people who have 5 degrees in geology. Don't want to live with them.
Yeah, no.
Can you get 5 degrees? Is that possible in a human lifetime? Like,
just keep digging.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Once you've got to the soft middle, there's nothing left to discover then, is there? I talked my theory about heat. My theory about heat sinks. My theory about heat pumps is that it's lava. Yeah.
Oh.
No. But yeah, and like I kind of, you're gonna have to learn to live with these people. Like,
yeah. The thing is that they're all describing themselves, really, aren't they?
Yeah,
of course.
Apart from the woman who
one of them
hates
goes
people with
gays, so don't live with
degrees. We also find out a little bit more. So all of the tasks today are done in a forest in Wales.
They're making them camp out, I think, overnight.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So they're giving them like saws, knives, big old bin bag.
yeah.
But they could make Dracula capes out of them. That'd be fun, wouldn't it, for Halloween?
They could go dressed as witches.
Yeah.
We get an insight into why everyone is so competitive, because the men start to use matches to light a fire, which wasn't the method shown. They weren't supposed to do that. And Lofty comes over and he says, I'm going to dock you 2 eggs for that. So they're getting rations taken away by Lofty.
Yeah. He says 2, and then he goes 3 eggs and walks off.
See?
An extra egg for insubordination.
I think that's because the bloke turns to him and he goes, oh, some of us are embarrassed, and Lofty fucking hates him for it.
Lofty
he's
is
like,
fair.
oh, he's such a fucking grass.
No, Lofty is fair. And he's like, I think it was Des who did it. And he said he didn't apologise. He walked away, and then his girlfriend apologised to me.
Yes.
I respect her more for that than for him cheating. And I'm like, fucking hell, Lofty. You're just a man, aren't you?
Interestingly enough, listeners at home are laughing about this being docked 3 eggs. But that's $300 today.
Yeah. You could buy currency for that now. But again, there's I'm assuming like what 20, 30 of them in this doing the training bit of it, because they do cut a lot of people at the end of this episode.
They're doing they've got this, as you say, this big plastic bag which they're going to have to put over the top of the sticks to make into the roof, and Lofty's going, and someone's going to have to cut it, and no one's going to want to cut it. And the first person that does, one or two things are going to happen to him. He's going to cut it wrong, and he's going to get hell, or he's going to do it right, and no one's going to care.
Yep.
So Kim, of course, goes, fuck it, I've got a sonic screwdriver, and gets bashed in. And I instantly wrote down, that is going to be so wrong. And I don't think it was.
We never
see
find
anything.
out. He also has a go at another random man for not counting enough sticks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for walking down he's walking
Yeah.
down the hill taking sticks.
I don't want to have to get back and have to count sticks. Just count them now. And I'm like, and the guy just goes, fuck off.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
he
just,
doesn't
I'm just
say
a
that,
stick
but
carrier, mate.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was allocated stick carrying duties. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we get two women filling a condom full of water from a forest pipe? Question mark for forest pipe.
What is that
What's
pipe?
that about?
That's Whittle. That's got to be Whittle.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's come
Oh,
from the
look.
sheep hole, that.
Yeah.
But
That's,
it's-
that second series of the Walking Dead, where they all got poisoned by the water because there was a zombie in the well.
Yeah,
It's that. So-
It's this is the funniest thing either of them have ever done ever.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Putting yay much water in a rubber johnny.
Well, again, claiming it'll hold 2 litres. And I'm like, they must have the big ones.
Oh, no, you're trying to impress. But she does also say,
Wrong
I'm going to wash
pronounce-
the spermicide out of it. Although I don't think that's
I
poisonous.
don't think, yeah.
That would suggest it's used?
No,
the
spermicide.
coating-
not sperm.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
found it in the forest. We thought we could use it.
Ron, at this point, points out there are too many chiefs, not enough Indians. I don't think you should say that anymore, Ron.
Yeah,
Stop saying.
yeah. Ron says, I fear people won't like me. They put me in a group, and I'm actually the most popular, just not with Native Americans, obviously.
Well, he's trying to make a fire. And I think it's Des again comes over and starts interfering. And quite rightfully, Ron just goes, just fuck off.
Yeah.
I think he tells him to fuck off or piss off, one of the two. But he's wearing a t-shirt that says next mood
meltdown
swing,
in 6
next
minutes.
mood swinging. Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god.
And
He's
he's
got a
stood
series
there.
of t-shirts, hasn't he?
He's got one that
Yeah.
says closets are just for clothes. Is another one.
Oh, I
of
quite
his.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that one, though.
It's good. That one,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It feels like he got them from the back of like Viz magazine in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Before ringtones became a big thing. Like, yeah.
He's stood there and he's holding this tree, this big stick, isn't he? While they're putting the plastic over the thing, and he says, "Oh, my job here is just to tell some jokes and to hold this, and to keep his beer warm," which didn't make any sense. And all the way through, I thought, when he first came on, I thought he's going to be a really good part of this. But I'm getting really ill feelings about Ron.
yeah.
I'm starting to think he's the pin from the fucking hand grenade.
I'll give you that, because when everyone else is doing stuff, he's just lay smoking
Larking about.
lay
Yeah.
smoking in his
Bivouac.
plastic coffin. And I think they say he keeps going away to just read paperback books away from everyone. And I'm like,
Oh, did they?
and I'm like,
I mean, I've got to be honest. That's what I see my role as being in the society as well. Anyway, is anyone ready for Lofty dispatching a chicken in front of everyone?
is it not before that they land on the island?
Yep. And Lofty's drinking from a puddle.
Lofty goes up.
Oh yeah.
We've brought scientific equipment to test the water to check that it's okay. Lofty lapping at it like a dog
It's stuck in, doesn't
and
he?
goes, yeah, it's all right that, and it's cold. You could put meat in there.
You just put your perishables in a bag or a container and it'll keep them cool. Remember, people, refrigerate your milk or keep it in a cool, wet sack. I cannot stress that enough.
I just think he was making a big gumbo. Just keep throwing ham hocks in there and stuff. It's a Lofty special. I put the fact he just went, I'm not waiting for science.
Yeah. 85 years old, listeners. He's made it to 85 years old.
By drinking out of puddles.
It tells you all you need to know. Get
Yeah.
out there and drink out the street.
That's the t-shirt we'll be producing for this year. Drink out of puddles, says Hallmark of Greatness. Lofty, and then a picture of Lofty going, it's great.
It's water.
Instead of his
Question
thumbs up,
mark.
could we just have a knife in his hand for no reason? So he forces everyone to kill chickens.
He doesn't force everyone. He shows them how to kill a chicken in the most humane way possible. And you're going to have to do
Yes.
this. You're on an island. You're going to need protein because it's going to be hard work. You're going to have to kill chicken.
Yeah.
And he tells a little joke. He does it. He grabs it.
Well, it's good because you can see the look of horror on everybody's face while he's doing it, and then at the end he's got a gag, and it gets a really good
Nervous energy.
laugh. Yeah, it's really good.
Energy. So
he's so good.
Grabs it by the feet. He says, "Hold it like this, not like this, because it'll flap about. Hold it like this. It'll be calm." And then you grab it, twist it, pull it. It's dead. Right? Doesn't feel it. It's dead. Now the hard part is bringing it back to life. And they laugh. And I'm like, it's good. He's so good.
Yeah, he is. He's a born
Lofty.
showman. He's a born showman.
It's one of those things where if it was filmed today, there'd be like distressing scenes in this program. There's none of that. It just leaps straight into it.
Yeah. And then they go, we've brought a box of chickens. Everyone grab one and have fun.
Yeah. Go on, try it out. And let's watch Ben Fogle attempt to take a life, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is the bald guy?
I think it's a producer. I'm sure it's a
producer.
producer.
He might be like an assistant Lofty, like Lofty Jr.
Shorty.
Yeah.
Celery.
Earthy. I don't know.
Because he goes, right, I'll show you again. Boom, it's done. And Ben Fogle's like, and he's like, no, hold it. He's like, he can't do it. And I'm like, just hand it back.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
I'm not entirely sure that he did kill the chicken.
No, I don't think he did. The man takes it off of him and
then proper pulls its neck
off, as it were.
Because it's still like twitching a bit. Like,
yeah.
He had a go, but like,
I mean,
you don't want
Ben,
to suffer.
He does want to do it right. He does.
Just doesn't want to. Like, he doesn't want to hurt it.
Like, I'm really glad I learned that today, that's something I've learned that I could do, but I absolutely could not do it. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was life or death, I could do it, but I don't want to do it.
I can't remember who it was that says, I thought we'd just sneak up behind them and chop their heads off. Sneak up behind the chicken, mate. See how much energy you waste.
Yeah.
Rocky famously couldn't catch one, for Christ's sakes.
The amount of them that I hit with a sword in Zelda, and it does now.
Until they all come at you.
Yeah, then you're done.
Yeah, never attack the wildlife. But yeah, I think he also says I don't think I did it properly, because when he made its neck go all long, I thought, that's the nicest way of saying murder ever, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
He wasn't hung by the neck until dead. He was just made long.
I think all the people that really want to do this
should
allowed. Have a red flag. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But again,
the survey team back on the island, they find a barn with a roof that can be fixed. Oh yeah, it sort of has like beams.
That roof looks very new.
It did look very new. Yeah. And then they find a schoolhouse that they say that they can renovate, and it is about two rocks balanced against one another.
Yeah,
there is no bringing that back, surely.
The posh lady,
schoolhouse.
Yeah, the posh lady says, "Remove the bird shit, and you'll get a feel-good factor." Powerful and confusing words from a woman with a cake on her head.
Yes, I think they'd like it open so they don't feel trapped inside. And also, they could dangle things from the beams, she says as well. And I'm like, what, like the murderers? Like when it all goes wrong?
Like
leave it as a warning
chickens.
to other villagers. Yeah, there's no bringing that schoolhouse back, though, because like you said, it's like one of those things that people leave on the beach where they bounce rocks on each other. Look at this lovely view. They're kids. They don't give a shit about views. No. It is ace. Also,
they're just going to be disheartened at the school. They thought they were getting out of school free.
Well, apart from the doctor's kids who are going to be...
they're going to be homeschooled even there.
Yeah.
Home away from homeschool. Home and away school.
Nice.
How many of these can I do? They have a discussion as well about the shower block because there's going to be limited hot water.
Yep.
And Lofty says it's going to be the ones that are fucking about all day, doing nothing. Going to get the hot showers first. People working out in the fields. Going to come back late. Going to get cold showers. It's going to cause friction. I guarantee that's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, you've got limited water. He says once you've heated it, you can't keep it warm.
Yeah.
So you've got to use it. So you heat up a big bucket and everyone gets a minute.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. Like, if you ever been to a festival or whatever, and you gotta do
solar showers and stuff.
Yeah, pack a bag. Yeah, it's you do the the bare basics. You could go swim in the sea, I guess. But I'm like, you should have all this done.
Yeah, I thought so, and I think that's really prefiguring some of the problems.
We're just going to see bits
happen. Yeah.
Throughout. It's going to be like McDonald's. One day it's going to be just a building lot, and then like 2 days later, there's an open restaurant.
I think they leave a lot of stuff to the last minute, but I thought that this was filmed earlier in the year because this is winter. So it's not winter before it happened. It must be the previous winter.
Yes. Yeah.
All the way up to maybe like March 1999 or something, because all the stuff in Wales is filmed summer.
Yeah, it feels. Yeah.
You also see a calendar at some point when they all find out and it's August or something.
Oh, right. Okay.
So again, if you're having to transport goods to a notoriously difficult island, yeah.
Pop quiz. What luxury items would you take with you, ladies and gentlemen?
Eyeliner.
Cricket. Eyeliner.
Oh, just cricket.
Just the concepts of cricket.
Cricket. Jiminy cricket.
Cricket lighter.
A teapot. A trapeze.
Yeah. Fucking trapeze. Yeah,
tampons.
If I can't take my tampons, I'm not going.
Luxury.
Yeah, that's the world we live in today. It's the world we live in today.
A blow-up doll, says this one man who's a card, isn't he?
Yeah, is that not the Geordie lads? Is that not the Geordie lads later on? Yeah.
A nice bottle of Chardonnay.
That's Tammy, who says that.
Yeah, that's classic Tammy.
Classic Tammy. She loves a Chardonnay. Oakier the better.
She probably invented Live, Laugh, Love.
The worst wine. Just personally, the worst wine. Sure.
I don't mind.
A bit too dry for me.
Spend enough money on them; they're all nice.
Wine's just for drinking. It doesn't have a taste.
Yeah, get that as a bit of kitchen art. We get the nighttime shenanigans now with the badger. Anyone want to take us through?
Well,
yeah, Ben Fogel's got TB.
Before this, we get Liz Catherine doing a video, talking to the video. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it is after that. She's talking to the video and she says something like, all these people have, if you can think of a problem, if you can name a problem, they've had it. And she's like, I've never had any problems in my life. And she's really punching down on those that have. She's like, they've all got problems.
Yeah,
and they shouldn't be doing this to escape the problem.
That's right.
Which I sort of understand.
In my notes,
I sort of understand her point. But
it says Liz, sociopath. That's what I've got in my notes. Because she goes, oh, I'm not giving a two-name wanker. She goes, Jack, he's an old man. He's just doing this to make friends.
He's doing it because he's got nothing else to do. More on that in a minute.
And her point is valid, though. It's like, if you're going there to escape your problems, like Peter and Janice, who have been kicked out of their swinging community.
What do you think? Not enough pampas grass.
Your problems are still going to be there when you come back.
Yeah, true.
And you're going to be coming back a lot sooner than you fucking think.
And a lot thinner than you fucking think.
This looks like a fucking shit show straight out of the gate, to be honest. But I didn't understand. I mean, what she was saying was right, but she went about it in a really horrible way.
Oh, she's really mean. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, she's married to Des, who's a prick as well, who shouted at
is she? Right, okay.
That explains it.
It explains so much.
Because Lofty was quite thingy about her.
Yeah.
Oh, Lofty. He's led by his heart, really, isn't he?
We get another Lofty stand-up routine as well now.
Yes.
When they go into bed, he's like, if someone's you're sleeping near, snores, before you go to bed, kiss them on the mouth. Because they're not going to sleep then. And if they kiss you back, you're not going to sleep. It's a win-win. And I'm like, this is great. It's like wheel tappers and shunters. This is fucking great.
At the same time, Ron has just sat there in the middle of the crowd going, I'm still here, guys. Lofty's enthusiastic about the island, though. He just wants to eat every living thing on that rock.
I loved it. He's laid down near his lake, near his body of water. He's probably got a straw made out of human veins that he can. And he's like, look at that. There's mussels. There's a seagull. There's kelp. I could live like a king here. And he's like, and if I kill one of them deer, I'm set. And I was like, I want to know where, if he lives in fucking Lewisham, I'm going to be really disappointed. If he doesn't live in a fort up a tree like in Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, I'm going to be so disappointed that I've been lied to.
I so badly wanted to live in that society.
He should live in lower stuff, then he could be lofty stuff.
Yeah.
He's murdering foxes out in his back garden all the time, roasting them over a fire.
Right, also, I've got a theory that Lofty brought a badger and threw it at Ben Vogel. That'll fucking shut him up.
So Ben Vogel says that there was something nibbling at his face. He thought it was a nice dream. He woke up and there was a badger there. He screamed and it ran into Ray, whose ouzo fumes knocked it out, I think.
And now the RSPCA are involved.
Yeah.
Coming up on Country Fire.
He's just Ray with one of those big jugs with XXX extra on a tractor he's stolen.
They've been given £1 million by Brian May.
I didn't think badgers would be frightened of you. So like,
Oh no, they're fucking horrible big things, aren't they? Yeah.
no, but if there's a load of people around and a fire, I'd assume I'm assuming they're not like putting their stuff up trees and keeping it out of the way, so it's just going to come scavenging in it. Yeah, because to be fair as well, Lofty as well. He's another Lofty wisdomism. Anyone, when he was killing the chickens, anyone that says they can't do it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Anyone who says they want to do it but can't,
Yeah.
bastards.
But they want to do it but don't.
Yeah.
Isn't it? They want to do it
Pricks.
but don't. Yeah.
But he said, and the women, they're getting stuck in. Like, he's very set in his gender roles.
He certainly is.
But he's old school. He's 85, living up a tree in Lowestoft. Like Auntie Emily in Coronation Street when they were going to build on the Red Wreck.
We get a nice reflection time from everyone at this point. Ron doesn't want to be the only gay man on the island, but I get to wear all the dresses.
Yeah.
He's dying on the inside. You can tell he's starting to think, I'm cast as the only gay man in this. I'm going to be the only gay in the village.
Yeah, but what if they put you on the island with another gay man and he's awful? It'll be worse than you. Like, you've got a year of trying to avoid his advances. Not saying that all gays are predatory, but you know what I mean. Like, it's a weird thing to have.
It's very pressurizing.
Yeah.
The posh family. Dad says, "Let's go home. There's a little chef on the road back. I've never had a little chef."
But I'm sure I could tuck in. But these are the GPs. Yeah, because they're like these people are pricks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's took you a week to figure that out. We all got it day one, but
we're only watching the highlights though.
Even worse. I'd have stabbed someone by now just to get
I'd
out
have
of
badgered somebody. Yeah, I'd have thrown a badger at them too.
Maybe Lofty would give you an extra egg for killing off the competition. Who knows?
If I make their neck long, more eggs.
So we get the decision time, and I believe the decision.
Fill this rubber Johnny with their blood. We can make sausage.
We get the decision time, which I believe is mainly Cynthia, the psychologist.
Why is she calling people?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think she is.
On her smoke-filled office. Also, who's the old dear? Who's the old dear that's there? I didn't get her name.
I didn't get her name.
I have somewhere here.
Because she's like, I've really enjoyed this.
She wants to be best friends with Lofty.
I mean, I would, mate. I'd buy him a pint. I'd buy him too.
Sandra, who misses the 60s and is a lab technician. Is it her?
No, is it?
Yeah, it is.
From the first one where she was like, I got married young because that was the done thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her as well. Yeah.
I've called her Sandra or Alan Partridge's PA Lynn. She really wants to learn from Lofty, but Ron's just there to tell jokes and take the piss out of everybody. She's not happy about that.
She's not with Ron, is she? No, Ron's gay.
No, she's part
No, but she's not happy. No, she's not happy.
No.
She's Ron's one of the ones that just wants to take the piss.
No, I liked her because she was like, I really enjoyed this. I think I've learned a lot. I just wish I was younger.
The interviewer said, do you really want to do this? And she was like, yes, absolutely, I do. And I think the interviewer was quite taken aback by how much she wanted it. So I assume nobody else really wants it.
Yeah, all right.
Just Sandra. Yeah. And on the subject of, all right then, the Geordie lad getting the lobster pots out of the shed, ready to take to the island with him. Yep. I'll just turn up late anyway. Get me dad to drop me off on his boat.
Yeah, they can't stop me. I don't think they can.
Because, I've changed my mind a little bit about the geese, but I wouldn't bend over backwards for one.
Wouldn't bend over in front of him to help him.
Oh, is that what he says?
Yeah.
Right.
He also said,
that's even worse.
I never understood him. And if Ron came down my street, I'd punch him. But maybe not now. And I was like,
I missed that.
Well, fucking cheers, Geordie. Like, that, I mean... And then he said, and Ron was so touched by this when he told him that he went away and wept near a brook.
Yeah, of course he did.
I was like, what a fucking... No, he didn't.
Of course he did.
So many weird details in that story.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I don't remember a brook on the cast, but I might be wrong.
He didn't. He just went and smoked his clove cigarettes while reading, I don't know, Fahrenheit 9/11. No, that was... No, but
so we get people turning up at people's houses. This is where everyone's at Ben Fogel's house, which looks
not everyone, only
the
ladies, all the lassies were there.
The Crip guy's there.
Yeah,
Tammy's there.
Yeah,
I missed the other. Oh, Mike's there.
Yeah, and then there's another one who's there as well, but pretending she's not there.
Yeah,
she's not shown it with the others. But you get all the plants in the background.
Yeah. Ray
Big
and
fuck off glasses of whiskey as well.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is-
yeah.
this is the end of a
Big
bottle of
glass.
whiskey, so they've caned into that.
It's the end of a bottle if you divide the bottle into thirds and share it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is it Ray and Jack?
Ray and Jack.
Are
Yeah.
in a shared housing association scheme.
Yes.
And they're arguing about who's going to answer the phone. You answer the phone because you've got more about you than I have.
What? All right, Swiss Tony, I'm on it. Yeah, and then just this psychologist woman's phoning him up, but she's doing it in a proper "will you get through" sort of way. I'm like, just tell me it's because it's been the worst 6 weeks, like job interviews and all this stuff, and I'm like, is it? I mean, I guess you'd have to sort of plot your life out on the off chance that.
Of course you would. Yeah.
I guess if you've got to this point and you've been to the boot camp and you've been on telly and everything, you're thinking, I've got a good chance of going through here. But Jack isn't going because he's a menace and he's about 100 years old.
He's 1,000 years old.
And he
He's been
says,
70 so many times.
he says, it's all right. I've got plenty to do here. And I thought, I don't think you have, mate. Why would you have gone on
He
it?
says-
You've got plenty to
Camera
do.
cuts to a 2,000-piece jigsaw.
I swear to God, he says, there are poor victims out there that I'll see too.
He does. Yeah, he does. He does say that.
Also, when you said boot camp, all I can think of is Ardy boot camp now as well. So Jack's not going, and then we get a kind of sad end bit of still game of just like slow fading out of people who are not going, and they show Jack
He's not
twice.
shot. And I turned to Rachel and I went, is he dead? Is it an
It
in
doesn't look like they've died.
He's fucking double not going.
They don't say who they are either. I
No,
assume
they'll just-
that family who hate tractors, they're not
Oh,
going.
yeah, they're not
Yeah,
going.
they're
On the
not
phone
going.
with Geordie's not
The
going.
woman who was holding Des over the fence to stop him, she's not going
Yeah.
either. And then some other people who I don't know because they weren't really players, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's also like, who are these people?
Yeah.
They're
Kim
also
gets a
not
phone
going.
call,
Forget about
doesn't
them.
he? Kim gets a phone call and he's like, well, I'm disappointed, but I'm not fucking surprised. I am an arsehole and everyone knows it, isn't he?
Yeah,
She's like, you're not surprised, she says, doesn't she? And he's like, well, have you fucking met me?
What they should have done was took his wife, give her a fucking
Can
year
you,
off.
can
for
you put
him.
Sue on the phone? No.
She's off doing laps in the canal boat.
And then the last bit we get, Ben Fogel's going. I don't know who else is going from here, but non-union Dr. Green from ER is going.
And that's Mike.
Yeah, it's
I think.
Mike.
Yeah,
and
I
he
think
goes,
Everyone
Annie.
in that house is going.
and he
Yeah, they're all
goes,
going.
top banana, thank you, chick.
Oh, that took me back. Yeah, I'm not a top man anymore.
Oh, wow.
I think Ray's going as well, though. Like, Frank's not, but Ray's going. Sorry, Jack's not
Yeah,
going.
Ray's
but
going.
Ray's
Yeah,
going.
I
Ray
was
is
so
going.
happy.
Yeah, Ray's
Because
Yeah.
I just want to see Ray try and make his own hooch, like day 3.
Yes, please.
And
Yeah.
Ray's
Mike-
just chewing up grass and spitting it in a bottle, hoping it ferments.
My only memory of any later episodes of this is Ray going fucking skits at somebody, and I don't know who, and I don't remember what, but I know he does. Maybe every
I
week.
remember a grumpy old man, and I'm sure it's him. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's him.
I never watched it, but I've kind of read bits and pieces of it, so I've got a kind of thinking. So everyone's coming at it from a different angle, but it's great. And next episode, it's the the others on the island. It's a lost.
And I
reference.
turned this off because I didn't want to surprise. I wanted to be a
Yeah,
surprise.
Oh
Not
no,
funny either.
it's basically
Yeah, so-
just other people that we're going to call assholes.
Are
But
they doing the same tasks?
well, it looks like they're trying to drown him at one, but they're making him
Oh,
do.
brilliant.
They're making him do the boot camp thing from Don't Tell the Bride. It
Oh,
looks like.
right. Nice.
Yeah, and apparently from the clip at the end of it, one of them's going because I think at the end of I don't know whether these people don't get as much time or what. I don't know.
They
but at the
can't
end-
show the same thing over again.
No, but they could compress it down, I guess. But at the end of it, they introduce both the things, and they already
Yes.
fucking hate each other. There's already
Yes.
already
Cool.
factions forming and stuff. 'Cause one woman's like going, "There are a bunch of what is it, insufferable children." So that's exciting. But yeah,
Yeah.
go if you haven't watched this. Please go and watch it. It's genuinely a delight. It's a weird little time capsule thing, which we
Yeah.
say about all these things, but this is a bizarre experiment that should never have happened because there's
Yeah.
so many variables that you have no control over. Big Brother, it's a contained environment. You can control everything. This, you're at the mercy of Poseidon and
Lofty.
Lofty. Oh, mate, what they should have is
Badges.
Lofty in full camo gear, just fucking assassinating people on the island. Like real life traitors. Yeah.
Or Predator or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something that we do say every week as well is that they should remake these things. They should not remake. They should
They-
never have given
right.
them the money for
Well,
this.
they do.
But
Well,
They do remake it.
What?
They remade it
Yeah,
in
Castaway
2007.
2007.
So only 7 years later, they didn't learn their lesson from this.
And that is a shit show in itself. It's worse than this. And it's more self-contained as well. I don't think there are as many episodes of that.
no,
wow.
but that was set on New Zealand, so at least it was the kind of nice island.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should totally do at least one episode of that.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because it's awful.
But then also there was apparently after this there was a live and kicking Castaway for children, which I think quickly devolved into a Lord of the Flies style situation.
Right.
I don't think it did. But then also there was something that I've just found called Eden.
Yes,
23
I've heard of
participants
Eden.
living in a remote part of Scotland attempting to build. So they've rebooted this.
Wow.
Twice.
I believe that goes badly as well.
I haven't read. I've literally just when I was looking at the
A
Castaway
snake
2000
appears and yeah.
Wikipedia page. Yeah. So I honestly don't know. But looking at the Wikipedia page for it, only Ben Fogle has a blue link.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, people have tried to sort of reinvent the careers around it, but obviously he's the standout of all of those. But yeah, I will be threading, as we do this, I'll be threading in reflections from the other people that have written. Some unlikely people have been on like podcasts and stuff as well, but there's no podcast series that has done Castaway. So that's why
Well,
Right,
there is
wow.
now,
Yeah.
and it's us bunch of bricks.
Yeah.
hallmark of Castaway.
Yeah.
Pod-Castaway.
Pod-Castaway. There you go. That's the one.
Yeah, it's all on. I'll put a link in the show notes for the gentleman who was uploaded, person who has uploaded all these things onto YouTube. Go and watch them. They're like 50-minute episodes, 40-minute episodes, but they're just perfect, like reality fly on the wall television sort of shit. And we've not even got to the island yet.
And,
No.
and tell us that you're enjoying this, please, because you've got to spur us on.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if you're not
let us know
enjoying
what
it,
your
we'll
luxury
stop.
item would be.
Yeah, it's 30 episodes.
It's like Desert Island is. It might not be. They might be like retrospectives and.
Oh, right,
like,
okay.
I don't know because like when I looked it up on the guy's thing, there's like 30 episodes, but they might be clips or whatever. So
Yeah.
I can't see it running for that long. But yeah, so let us know if you like this, or if you don't. We'll probably get bored of it at some point. Until we get to the island and then it all kicks off because that's what we all want to see, really.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to see Ray going ham on people. Want to see Lofty paratrooping in, and like, yeah, it's going to be a lot
with a knife between his teeth.
that we cannot buy.
I'm just getting visions of him running amok and Ben Fogle has to cover himself in mud like in Predator and then hunt him down.
What are you?
Also, I just found out that Tammy's surname is Tammy Huff, which is a tremendous
right.
name. Yeah.
Nice.
So yes. Yeah, that's that. Your favourite lines from the episode.
A 1 good day
no.
out of 10.
There are more poor victims out there for me to see too. What does he mean?
I think he's killed. I think he's
And
killed and he
he'll
will
kill again.
kill again. He was going to the island so he couldn't kill because there's 32 people. If one goes missing, they'll fucking know about it. Yeah. Thanks, bye, boys and girls.
See ya.
Bye. And there was no Leslie Nielsen at all.